Hey gang, it is Maria here from GoalieTrainingPro.com, and I am joined with a familiar face, Mr. Peter Martin. You've met Peter before. For those of you who don't know him yet, he's a pretty low-key guy. But his hockey resume is super impressive. So Peter, I'm going to embarrass you a little bit and pump your tires, because I've never, in all the time I've known you, I've never heard you said like, oh, well, when I played, blah, 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 and so it's like, oh, like, so very low key, but, played in the Western Hockey League, BCHL, the Swiss League as a player and a coach. So that's a junior in a pro career spanning almost 20 years by my math, which isn't the best.
Your math is good.
Yeah. So yeah, like super impressive career. You've had hockey's given you the opportunity to live in some of the most beautiful places in the world. I was like, man, that's unbelievable. But what I didn't know about you, I didn't know you were from Fort St. John. Is this true?
Well, I was born in Regina, but call Fort St. John home. That's definitely where I did most of my, let's say, growing up. My parents would probably disagree with my growing up part, but yeah, no, Fort St. John I call home, and still golf with 15 other guys. We all grew up playing baseball, hockey, road hockey, motocross, since we were, 7 years old, some of us. So when we still golf together once a year, it's good to see the boys. So yeah, Fort St. John's home for sure.
Wow. I've been there many times.
I did not know that.
Because when you fly from Calgary to Whitehorse back in the olden days, you had to stop in Fort St. John. So we would land.
Absolutely.
And then, so it's like, oh my God, we got to stop in Fort St. John. No, I just want to go home.
Now you sound like the kind of person to me, Maria, that's going to fly there one time and then you're going to drive the Alaska Highway up.
Oh, I've driven the Alaska Highway. Oh, driven it. Yeah. Yeah. I drove, Paul and I drove it in a Jeep, and we slept in the Jeep that didn't have reclining seats. And like a highway, like tar and gravel road.
I know it.
It's like there's a gas station, we're getting gas because there's not going to be another gas station until we're almost out of gas the next time. So
yeah, it's a different place, man. I remember on the radio they would have commercials that, hey, what are you doing this afternoon? You got nothing better to do? Well, why don't you go out and go get your hunting license to go out and bag yourself a moose today?
Yeah. That's a great part of the world. And like amazing people. Yeah.
Amazing people.
In this life, most of us know you now as the owner of ProSkate Goal in Calgary, Alberta, a little closer to civilization. And they can follow you at ProSkate Goal on Instagram. We are going to talk pads today, specifically CCM pads. Like this, like I can't wait to get out to Calgary and just come in and hang out with you in the shop. But I wanted to start with the EFlex 5 because, like I look at the new pads and the old, and it's, it's like, oh, we got special D30 XYZ. And it's like, okay, but what's really changed? So can you start by let's look at the EFlex 5. Tell us sort of what's changed, what's actually new, or maybe there's some features that we didn't even know the old ones had that it's like, hey, you need to make the most of these features.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Maria. The EFlex 5 for us was a really exciting line to launch this year. I mean, CCM always is. So this year with the EFlex 5, we're especially intrigued because I think it has what I think is going to be the most talked about, anticipated feature in the new pad. So I'm just going to step up and just going to walk to the back here and grab a pad for you. We'll grab this pad. Just arrived the other day. When I saw Markstrom playing with it on TV, I said to CCM, I said, wow, those would look really good in my store. And they were nice enough to get us a set done up really quick. So,
oh, those are gorgeous.
They look great, don't they? I love them. Go really good with the Flames retro jersey. So fortunate to get these into the store right away. So I think the main feature everybody's talking about this year on the EFlex pads is the addition of max rebound. Max rebound, I think everybody knows it from the Axis line of pads. What it does is create a big rebound for you. So we're talking about exit velocity. Exit velocity is, we're talking about the pucks leaving the face of the pad, not how quick you can get out of the dressing room at the end of the game. It's how fast the pucks leave the pad face. So you can choose now. You can choose to have max rebound on your EFlex 5 pad, or you can choose to have control rebound. Control rebound will be similar rebound pattern that EFlex 4-3-2 goalies have always been accustomed to. So that is going to be a huge change. The huge change is being able to customize how you want your rebound profile to be. So this particular pad, we did build it with the max rebound, and the feedback from our goalies that have used our demo gear already is that there is a dramatic difference between the control rebound and the max rebound surface. So right now we're seeing probably, I think, about a 60-40 split in our custom orders, goalies favoring the max rebound. Now, that is our elite clientele are the ones who are in ordering early this year, so they get their gear earlier in the summer for their junior camps and whatnot. So whether that's going to remain the same, that 60-40 split, we don't know. I'm not really surprised by it, but the goalies are definitely choosing that. They want that puck to get out of the way. Can give them a little bit more time to react to a rebound where it's going, but they also have to be cognizant of the fact that even though the puck's getting away from them quicker, it's getting out to that second guy who's coming in for a rebound. Now it might get past that first guy who's hunting around the top of the crease, but they have to also be cognizant of the fact that it does get out to that second guy quick. Consequently, still have to be, on your toes and be moving to follow that rebound as quick as you can.
And maybe even a little more precise with where you're putting that rebound.
Absolutely, I think safe selection here is of optimum importance here. I think the how you read, how you react to a save from where the shot is coming, it's going to force you to be more direct with your rebound control. And obviously, when you know where the rebound's going, you can get up and follow it quicker.
Yeah. Any more kind of new features to the EFlex 5?
Well, I mean, they've done a good job. I know it's a small thing, but in designing the back of the pad, it's actually taken on a design aspect now. It's not just the forgotten back part of the pad. So I think the good looks of the pad, the good looks of the design is awesome. I know it kind of got panned initially when it was released to the public, but I see now that some of the designs that are coming out are absolutely awesome. So I think CCM has done a really good job in designing the gear. And like I said, the back is no longer just a foregone conclusion. You have a choice of colors, how to design, a choice of materials. On this one, we do have the red weave down the back, and there is a new and improved quick rotation system, or quick motion system, sorry. New and improved. Just the positioning has changed a little bit, so aids in the quicker rotation of the pad. But another feature that's always been in the CCM pad, the EFlex pad anyways, for a long time, has been the super tight leg channel. Now, super tight leg channel has made up a very small portion of the orders that we've done. It's available as a custom option on the EFlex 5. And here we have a pad that shows off the super tight design. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's kind of tough for me to hold it with two hands, but it comes with two Velcro straps, one high on the calf, which is very cool, and I'll explain why that's so cool. And a very, very small, it actually kind of looks like about a half, if you cut a football in half. And put it in there. And that's how it's designed to fit around your calf very snug. So it comes with a lower Velcro strap, and it comes with an upper Velcro strap. And if you can see, this upper Velcro strap ideally placed at the very top of your calf. So the idea of
like
that,
almost it like sort of just above the apex of your gastrocs, kind of. So then it sits sort of on
100%.
top of your calf, kind of.
Exactly. Can I use that word, gastrocs, next time I
totally
sell
do.
a custom? Okay, cool. I'm going to use it for sure. But you're absolutely right. The positioning of it is optimal because what it does is it alleviates any pad slippage down your leg. It keeps it up high on your foot where you want it to be, creates great ground or ice clearance below the pad, and really allows you to, push to recovery, allows you to get an aggressive inner edge and stronger push off for sure. So this has been an option that has been available as long as I can remember in the EFlex line, and we've put it in our demo pads this year, and the response has been phenomenal. What we're getting is guys we have a complete demo line from each manufacturer. So what we've had are guys tell us, wow, we tested the True 20.1 yesterday, for example, with the FRS system, and they tell us that this feels very similar in fit to the FRS system in the True. So while I haven't tried it yet, the customers that have commented on that, I thought it was an interesting comment. And it's not only one we've heard from several. So it's interesting to hear that in that, nice, snug calf fit is available in the CCM EFlex 5, and there are no problems with rotation. The pad rotates just as quickly as either the tight or loose, and guys just absolutely love it. So we're actually seeing this super tight fit really be an option for guys right now. So I'm really happy to see that guys know is out there.
Yeah, I really like I haven't used that, but like even I got a pair of Axis 1.9s. I'm going to do a review on here in a little while, but I really like that inner calf wrap that CCM has, and then the outer calf wrap. Like my Warriors, it looks like a lot of pads just are sort of that outer calf wrap, but the CCM, I love the feel. Like it just feels like the pads move with my legs so much, and I don't have to monkey around with the strapping to get it just right. It's just feels fantastic.
Yeah.
I want to stay with the EFlex 5. Can you just kind of run through, because again, it's to me, it's confusing. Like, okay, so there's the EFlex 5, and then there's the 5.9, and then there's a 5.5. So let's say I'm a recreational adult league goalie. It's like, okay, well, the EFlex 5 are going to be more money, but do I need that? Like, I'm going to be spending a lot of money if I buy 5.9s, and should I just spend the extra to get the best, or what's the difference?
Sure. So, I mean, EFlex 5, obviously that's the top dog. Everybody wants to get to that, but it's not always necessary, or for some it's not even, it's not always attainable. So the EFlex, the 5.9 is I believe a great improvement over the previous 4.9 pad. I can grab that one off the wall too. Here we got a nice Boston Bruin colored set in the store right now.
Taylor Hall's new home.
Taylor Hall's new home. I was hoping he was coming to the Oilers. I a little disappointed, but anyway, that's another conversation. Another conversation. So the EFlex 5.9 is still very nice. So we have complete sewn-on graphics. The back of the pad, again, the improved color vision of the pad, or color of the pad, the texture, the quality of the pad is continued through to the back. Everything that you have in terms of the quick motion strapping system, outer calf wrap, they're all still there, and you still obviously have the option to move the knee strap down to a diagonal level to make it more open for virtually any size knee pad you like. And in the event that you do that, you can still remove the outer knee wrap. It doesn't have the features like the max rebound. You don't have that selection. It does come standard in a controlled rebound format, but the rigidity of the pad from the knee up is still very obvious. Goalies demand a stiffer thigh rise nowadays. I mean, yes, there are still some goalies who do prefer softer pad. I think Jack Campbell is an awesome example in Toronto. There are still those guys that do prefer softer pads. However, the majority of guys do want a stiffer thigh rise through their pad, and the 5.9 is certainly built to accommodate that. And this pad is ideally built for that person who's on the ice 3 to 4 times a week and can expect a good duration how the pad lasts. So if you're that guy who's on the ice 6 to 7 times a week and a league player, this pad is not designed for that kind of usage because it will break down quicker than perhaps or it will break down quicker than the pro model pad, which is designed for that person who uses the pad 6 to 7 times a week. Now, it's not said that you can't use this. It's just people when they expect a certain amount of durability versus price. And when you're on the ice 3 to 4 times a week, this is an ideal product. You're going to see great durability in this product, good rebound performance. It is going to still be a little bit of a hotter exit rebound pad than, let's say, an EFlex 3 pad was. So you're definitely getting an upgrade in performance. And from that aspect, stiffer thigh rise, shown on graphics, tight leg channel off the hop. So, I mean, it's a great pad, comes with a bungee toe as well. So it's a great option. It's available in senior and intermediate. Junior is not available. Junior just goes with the 5.5. So, it's a great option. And we do see a lot of, the mid to late teens players going to this kind of model for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you kind of walk us through Axis versus EFlex 5? So one, like, do they even still call it like a blocking pad and hybrid pad, or so I've gone from I still have my Warrior GT2 pros, but then I picked up this Axis 1.9 to test out, so I think they're the two different styles of pad. But let's stick with the CCM brand and Axis versus EFlex. What's the difference in the style?
Oh, the difference in the style right off the hop, there's a difference in the shape of the pad. I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Yeah, I think actually we can see the difference here on the wall. We do have some Axis. So this would be the profile of an Axis pad, and this would be a Ccm EFlex 5. You can see that there's definitely some more pre-curve shape in the EFlex 5 versus a little bit more vertical thigh rise angle on this. There's also going to be a difference in boot angle, and from a stock pad point of view, there's a nice soft boot in this. So this comes standard. The Axis does with the max rebound. You don't have a choice. On this pad, it comes max rebound, and it is a stiffer profile or a straighter profile pad. So we're going to get those guys who, with the narrow butterfly, like to have that ability to close that 5 pull off in one move and have their pad still close to them. That's where the EFlex comes in handy. The closure of the butterfly in an Axis pad is going to be a little bit more pointed. It's going to be a little bit further out in front of you. Some guys just like to feel that closeness of the pad on them. But at the end of the day, is there a butterfly pad anymore? No, I don't think there is. I think it's really down to what you want for your game. Each goalie's going to have a comfort zone. Let's put it this way: the line between let's say a stiff pad and a soft pad is different. We used to talk about stiff pads and soft pads, and now it's hard for me to tell you that this is CCM's softer pad, but it is. It is their softer pad. However, how it differs in stiffness and softness is now customizable. You can design if you want more rebound out of a softer pad. You'll be able to get it because of technology. In the old days, it was just puck hitting it, absorbing the energy, and dropping in front of you. And now it's not like that anymore. You can choose how you want your pad to be. And we have guys who are the mobility. Everybody talks about mobility, quickness, ability to scramble, all those kinds of things. That used to be the pad. Well, then you need a softer pad. You need a hybrid pad. Well, that's not the case anymore. Marc-Andre Fleury is an awesome scrambler. He never gives up. He battles, and he's using in the past he's always used a CCM Premier Access product. So I mean, it's not defined by that anymore. Now it's defined by how you want to play the position, what is comfortable for you, because you can design a pad almost to how you want now. But comfort and feeling confident in what you're wearing is still going to be what's going to help you play the game your best.
Yeah, and they'll still have the same kind of leg channel and all that. It's going to be more like the boot angle, the rebound control.
Yeah, so you can get all kinds of different brakes. You can get a single brake core, single brake outer in both pads.
Actually, can you talk about that a little bit? Walk us through the brakes, because I know there's a difference, but I don't have a sense of, and I think a lot of people don't have a sense of, okay, so what?
Yeah. So for example, you notice this EFlex 5 pad here does not have a single brake in the outer roll. EFlex 5 does come standard with a single brake outer roll. However, I've chosen for some of the pads in my store to eliminate that. It just has, I've gone with the single brake inner core, just simply because, no, it doesn't change. It doesn't change the profile of the pad. It still remains in the same profile. I just feel that it adds a little bit more stiffness to the upper thigh without this break point here, and adds a little bit of durability to the pad, which I think my clients want. So I've changed that in some of the pads. I don't really think there is a performance difference per se on every individual shot that you face. However, I do believe that there is a little bit of a difference in durability. And some guys, quite frankly, like the cleaner look. I know some guys have commented on that, and that's their choice when they're customizing their custom pad. They like the cleaner look of the no break. So, if I pull up this Carter Hart pad here, you can see it does have a break. And does it react a little bit more? Well, you can see it does. It does. I just think the no break outer roll does provide a little bit more stiffness, rigidity to the pad, and increases the ability to keep that profile over a longer period of time. However, there are guys that do like to have a little bit more curve at the top of the pad. So this pad is available with a dual inner core brake also, and we have I think we even have a set of demo pads with that on it, so guys can really try and feel the difference what that does to their pad. There's of course the difference. You could get the Axis actually comes in a couple more options. You can get the Corey Crawford straight as a board option with no pre-curve, no inner brakes, and that's for a very particular goalie. You're going to have to absolutely enjoy that pad being straight profile like that. And I think back to the guys who did wear that pad was Corey Crawford, Antti Niemi, if you remember him back in the day when he was playing with the Hawks in San Jose, was really famous having that really straight pad. But that's a really personal preference item, and we don't see a lot of that happening at retail. Most of the guys do want some kind of pre-curve shape in the pad. So again, there's all these options that are available to you, and it's worth your while asking your retailer what is available, why is it available. We'll ask questions about where do you train. We work with 4 or 5 goalie schools here in the city of Calgary, and we are familiar with the kind of training that they're providing, and in terms of positional play and read and react, and how the goalies play. So sometimes how you're building your equipment will complement the style of goal that you're learning. So there's just a lot of options out there, and guys should definitely be aware of it. And the good thing to have is a 2021 Ccm Customizer Booklet. Now, this booklet is downloadable on CCM's website. So when you're going on CCM's Customizer website, you can see there they actually ask you if you want to download it in PDF form. So you can download this in PDF form, and every question you could have in terms of, let's see here, leg channels, brakes. Everything is explained for you in this booklet, and like I said, it is downloadable. So there's your answer, Maria, right there. There
Yeah.
are the brakes that are available.
Yeah, that's
Downloadable as a
awesome.
PDF. I know you're going to download it right away as soon as we're done this conversation.
Oh gosh, even when I was just putting together the questions that I wanted to ask you, and I was just kind of like, okay, what's new, and looking around. Then I got in the wormhole. I've designed about 7 sets of pads.
Yeah, absolutely. I still do it.
What are you doing, Maria? Like, get to work.
Yeah. So no, there are a lot of options available, and everybody should know what options are available to them, and what they can do. You know, we get a lot of questions like, what's the bungee toe for? You know, there are still a lot of guys that don't use the bungee toe, still use the old skate lace. I think I see here Carter Hart's pad, he's still using the skate lace. Now, I understand some guys tell me that, you know, in their VH, their toe in the post, they feel like they can get a stronger push off with a skate lace again, because the skate lace has a defined stretch point. You know, if you're tying off your toe gap there and you're pushing off, as soon as that string gets taut, you can get a stronger push, where other guys don't really mind it too much. They see the benefit of the bungee toe, allowing you to get your foot down as close to the ice as you can. Definitely releases some of the stress in your ankle, knee, and hip joints. I think we talked about that in one of our last conversations. You know, and that's a real thing, and guys notice that for sure. So again, know what your options are: offset toe, center toe. You know, there's a lot of options there, and you should be able to get those answers from your chosen retailer, I think. Yeah.
Now, Lefevre has been delayed, as probably everyone knows by now. So we'll sort of save a conversation, an in-depth conversation of them for another day. But in what you've seen, what are the biggest differences? Because, you know, obviously everyone's going to be comparing them to CCM pads. You know, so what are kind of the biggest differences that you see?
Yeah, fair enough. I think it is logical because of the past relationship between Lefevre and CCM. People are immediately going to assume that they're the same thing, but they're not. I think each is striving towards creating their own identity right now, and so they should. They're both drastically different companies. So, CCM with the EFlex 5, I'd heard rumors for a long time of this being able to choose your rebound profile. So when I heard that this was coming on the EFlex 5, I was pretty excited. Where prior to the split, we never heard. It was one company. It wasn't that Lefevre was working on something or CCM was working on something. It was a combined effort between the two. So now that they have split, Lefevre, now True, did come out with their new pad called the 20.1, and the 20.1 was definitely a new pad for them, new to the market, with its FRS, or fast rotation system, created with the flat boot underneath, and the ability to really keep that inner edge of your skate on the ice through virtually all your movement, down on your knees. So at that time, I think they did some Mr. Lefevre, Michel designed that, and it was completely different. When I flew out to the factory last February, prior to COVID, he ran me through the idea behind the pad and why they created it and what its performance benefits were. And I'd say that they are beneficial. We sold quite a few of these pads actually throughout the year, even though COVID was is a real thing. We did sell a lot of these pads, and the feedback from the athletes has been 100% positive. We have junior guys wearing it. We have some of our rec league clientele who are absolutely astounded by the foot freedom, let's say the skate freedom, and the feel of the pad with the fast rotation system. Even though it's providing a really nice snug feel, there's absolutely no slowing down in pad rotation. The pad is quick to recover to center when you get up off out of your butterfly and stand up again on your skates. So it's been great. I think there is definitely room in the marketplace for them both. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for True, and we look forward to getting their new 12.2 product in the store shortly.
Yeah, it's such an exciting time. So we'll
It
come
is.
back and we'll talk about them another time. We'll talk about Bauer another time. We'll just kind of take it one brand at a time.
Yeah.
I have this is like, oh, I'm going to talk to Peter. I'm going to ask him questions about my gear.
Let's do it.
So I have the GT2 31+1s, but I always feel like the top corners are getting hung up on each other when I skate, and it sort of is like, and just probably because I haven't been skating in goalie pads since I was 8 years old. I didn't start skating in goalie pads till I was 46 probably. So so in these CCM ones, I went to a 30+1. I went to a little bit smaller pad. That like it seems counterintuitive, because like, Maria, just learn to go with as big a pad as you can to block up as much.
Yeah.
But I really feel like I can move very nicely, and part of it might be that calf channel that we talked about earlier. But what are your thoughts on that idea? Like, what about going to a smaller pad?
The trend is definitely going shorter. But there's no debate about it. We've seen a dramatic difference since, let's say, there was a period of time where the position of goaltending evolved faster than the goalie equipment. I think you remember back in the day when butterfly was really, really coming out the pad, the Francois Allaire, Patrick Waugh, really influence on hockey, and the position of goaltending, I think, changed quicker than the equipment did. So often we saw kids that, the pad was designed in those days to stay centered on your leg, stay straight, tight, snug. So, but to play the butterfly position, the pad had to rotate on your leg. So we would see the kids go, to the first hole on their leather strap, and when they walk, their pads would just flop all over the place. And that happened for a long time. Now, as the pads are evolving at the same speed, I think, as the position is, and the athletes are so much better conditioned, training through, thankfully to people like you, Maria, offering them all the drills they can do to increase their flexibility at home and all these kinds of things. And now the pad is there ready to match the athlete. I really believe that. So again, because the position is evolving and the pads have evolved with it, pads rotate with you. This isn't an issue anymore. So, but going back to the size, for those guys, for you to be able to scramble, for you to be able to move as quickly as you want, to be compact, I think you need a more anatomically fit pad. And we're definitely seeing our clients are choosing a more anatomically fit pad than they would have even 5 years ago. There's no doubt about it. So pad size is coming down by choice, I believe. So what you're saying doesn't surprise me at all about going down in heights of pads. We still see that quite often, especially when you're going from one brand to another, even one model in the same family of pads. So, for example, an Axis and an EFlex pad, you might not need the same size pad for sure in that CCM family. So, it depends again how you play, how your butterfly is. Are your knees tight together? Your knees wider apart? What does your butterfly shape look like? Are you prone to always be in the same butterfly shape? Are you side or save selective? Are your ankles out more towards your toes more out towards the post? All these things come into play when you're building and picking your set of pads, and it should. So, but to answer your question again, yeah, absolutely, we see sizes going down for sure.
Okay, cool. I think that's great. Now, do you guys, because like it's a little hard to find still, it's a little bit hard to find inventory some places. So I know that people are going to want to go check out your website. And then do you guys ship in Canada, or do you sort of do more local?
Yeah, no, we ship across Canada. Right now, our website is in its second beta form right now. So we're expecting within the next 2 weeks to be absolutely 100% live with our inventory online. So that'll be good news for us to be able to get those out to everybody. But right now we do a lot of business through Instagram. Instagram has been awesome. We answer our DMs. We get 100 every day, but we do our best to answer them. And just, you know, we started last year when COVID initially came on board here. We started doing virtual fits. So we've done virtual fit appointments with clientele across Canada and in the United States. It's amazing what you can do with FaceTime or Zoom or whatever now, and that's turned out to be a huge part of our new business going, and it will continue to be going forward. So, you know, while we can sell you a set of pads from our store and ship them out to you in London, Ontario, you know, sometimes it's better to get that, for me anyways, to get that virtual fit look and see how a pad fits you, what kind of pad are you thinking about, what do you wear presently, you know, and again, what's your butterfly shape look like? And when you can see that live, as opposed to just talking about it on the phone or, you know, texting through DMs, that's just an added part that I think makes what you're purchasing online just that much better.
That's unbelievable, Peter. Like I've never, what a great idea. But I've not heard of anybody doing that. Like that's unreal.
Yeah, I've had customers call me from their garage where they've set up their, what do you call it, the fast ice, the artificial ice and their synthetic ice in the garage.
Yeah.
We've gone through a fitting process where I had a gentleman, tough to explain, but he had a 3-camera setup going. Yeah, 3-camera setup going on the artificial ice, so I could see the side profile, and he was with his camera, with his cell phone, showing me how the knees fit, et cetera, et cetera. So we do this all virtually. It's turned out to be really good. We've done it quite a few times already this spring, and we'll continue to offer it. And the response has been nothing short of 100%.
Okay, so now we've got 3 more interviews we need to do, because like we should do one of those. You and I should do one, and then we'll share it. Then we need to come back and talk about Lefevre and Bauer. Maybe we'll do that as a double whammer. But then I also want to do an episode just on chest protectors, because I don't know if I have a chest protector fetish, maybe, but like I just want to learn about them and try them on and find, like, I really like mine, but I need to find the perfect. Okay.
Oh, we'll get you set up.
Okay.
We'll get you set up. So next conversation, we can maybe dive in depth into this bad boy here, because this thing's unreal. I'm so excited about this chest pad for this year. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, perfect. So we've got 3 more dates.
Awesome.
That was fantastic, Peter. Thank you so much for spending your time. Gang, yeah, you can DM Peter. It's at ProSkate Goal on the Instagrams. Follow them for sure, because he posts like unbelievable gear. It's just you go into some stores and it's like, yeah, stock. He's got some amazing designs. So thank you again.
My staff is awesome.
Yeah,
my staff is awesome. They love cracking the boxes open and ripping them apart and getting stuff up on social media right away. That's I'm fortunate to have such great staff.
Yeah, you guys do a great job. So thank you so much. And until we can travel again and hang out in person, it was fantastic just to see your smiling face.
You too, Maria. Thanks so much.
Cheers.
Enjoy your day.